Welcome, Friday Night Bulldog fans. Hopefully everything is coming across as we gather at W.L. Odom Field, and we are awaiting the Bulldogs to take the field. The national anthem has already been played by Wagoner High School Marching Band, and we appreciate their support of our Wagoner Bulldogs all throughout this season. I'm joined next to me by 04 graduate Harlan Johnson. He's been with us all year long, and also a 1989 Wagoner grad, Kyle Ford. Kyle, say hello to the FNB Nation out wherever they are.
Hello, and we're excited tonight to be here tonight, and we're 4 minutes and 30 seconds away from kickoff and ready to go.
Harlan, I know there's a lot of hype for tonight and a lot of expectations, a lot of questions, really, with the weather the way it is. I'll let you describe what the weather conditions here are.
Well, we were just talking about it in here, Jeremy, and even in the press box, we have a beautiful, balmy 33 degrees at WL Odom Stadium. And, Jeremy, one of the few games that is still happening tonight around Oklahoma, around the state of Oklahoma. But they're putting the pads on, and the hits are going to be a little bit harder tonight in this cold weather.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be a little bit harder and definitely a little bit more uncomfortable, even those that maybe aren't so hard. So it is definitely chilly here tonight at WL Odom Field, and we appreciate everyone that's logged on so far. You guys let us know in the chat room that things are going well for you at home. You got a great picture and also great sound, and make sure we keep that up to date for you. As the captains take midfield, it looks like it's number 52, Dylan Cantrell. That's Devin Cantrell, I'm sorry. Dylan, the older brother, graduated a couple years ago. But that is Devin Cantrell down there on the left. Number 25, Devin Hawkins. Number 6, Deshaun Clark. And number 44, Roman Rodriguez. Those are the 4 captains tonight for the Bulldogs. And looks like on the far side for the Woodward Boomers is going to be number 12. Number 12 is Kyler Ferguson. Number 7, Micah Key. And number 59 for the Boomers, Mark Gomez. Tonight's captains for the Woodward Boomers. And speaking of Woodward Boomers, we'd like to welcome anyone that from Woodward who has logged on tonight to watch their Boomers play. As Kyle, they traveled a long, long ways to get to WL Odom Field.
Yes, they did. It was a long haul. I don't know how many hours they put in, but it was a few today on the bus. And with the weather, I was wondering if we'd even play ball tonight.
Well, and Harlan, you made mention of that. This is one of the few games, I guess, that's actually going to get played tonight.
Yeah, if you go on the OSSAA website, there's just a large list of games that are not being played tonight. I think there is a Broken Arrow game happening as well in 6A, but a couple other games going on. But most happening tomorrow, Jeremy, on Saturday, to kind of escape not the weather right now, but the weather that's impending later on for traffic and driving back home and things like that, and thinking about player safety and all those good things. But, Jeremy, I got to tell you, for the Boomers, they did have that long drive and the long wait, but they had one thing on their mind the entire way here. And that was a carryover from last week, the 49-7 victory that they had over, I believe it was Ada last week.
It sure was. The Ada Cougars, I believe it was, fell victim to the Boomers. As we catch up on some of the comments coming through our chat room, we appreciate everyone that's logged on so far. Says everything is great, great video, great sound. Quita James, appreciate her logging on. Keith Owens, Regina Little, as always. Right now, as we look to our chat room, and you guys keep the comments coming if something that we can fix. Kay Fieldson, we appreciate you logging on. Davis, the Cordova, the Cordova family looks like they're logged on, and got a lot of people coming in. Brock Campbell at OSU. Herb Webb, we appreciate Herb Webb. Mouse Meat, we see you. Double LK, not sure, I don't really recognize that one. Bambi BC, appreciate you logging on. And here come the Bulldogs.
And Wagoner has won the toss, but they've deferred to the second half, so they'll be kicking off to start this game tonight.
And we have just a few more seconds until game time comes along here. Scoreboard's about to hit those zeros and then reset for the quarter. Still waiting on the Boomers to come out, though, as the Bulldogs just made their entrance. Sounds like the Boomers are coming out now. A little bit of noise from that Woodward side. A nice little crowd on that away side for such a long drive with the weather that we have going on. And tonight, the Bulldogs kicking off first, as we just mentioned, and going to be huge for them to really establish themselves on the defensive side early on.
Yeah, I think you're right, Harlan, is the Bulldogs offense really in no doubt any of these weeks. Even when we have considered it kind of a slow night, they've still been able to put points on the board. So that's a good point of Boomers really going to have to step up defensively tonight. Obviously, they can put up a lot of points of their own as they put up 49 on a very good Ada team last week.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs coming off what I would call Evitt week because he scored all 4 touchdowns for the Bulldogs, several long runs. But it was also the Bulldog defense that stayed strong last week against the Tigers, forcing some turnovers, not allowing the Tigers really ever to get anything going or at least sustained during that game. And we'll see if the defense for the Bulldogs can keep that up tonight against the Boomers.
You may hear the fans in the background. Pardon me, I'm having a little bit of a coughing spell up here. You hear the fans in the background. That means that it's time for kickoff. Number 38, Tanner Rowland, will be doing the kicking chores tonight for the Bulldogs. Back deep to receive for the Boomers. I believe that is number 9. No, that's number 3 and number 4 as Rowland kicks it deep, and it's going to be fielded at about the 7-yard line. Straight up the middle goes number 3, Jason Alexander, and the first tackle of the game made by number 25, Devin Hawkins. And Kyle, right now, not bad field position for the Boomers as they would get to the 25-yard line on the first play from scrimmage.
Right, and I think here we go. We're going to find out where we stand defensively for the night. First drive of the ball game is usually a test. Find out where you are, see where you stand, see where the holes are. So let's see how we do.
Number 5, Cale Hickson, tonight the quarterback from the shotgun. He's going to take the quarterback draw straight up the middle, tries to break it to the outside. I believe that's number 52, Devin Cantrell, as a flag comes flying in late.
Flag came in from the side there, Jeremy, so we'll wait to see what the call was. But a big-time play, as we talked about, by the Bulldog defense, making something happen in the backfield. Referees getting together and talking this one over. Kind of came in from the sideline that time. And it's going to go against the Bulldogs, Jeremy.
Not sure what the signal was, but he definitely was pointing to the Bulldogs. Personal foul coming in early. Not sure what exactly the refs were seeing there, Kyle, but that's 15 yards right off the bat.
I think it may have been a face mask, but it's still a promising play. They ran the midline. It went nowhere, so let's see how we do on the next first down.
Cale Hickson from the shotgun. He's got twins on both sides of him. Now looks to the sidelines for an audible. Hickson looking to his wristband to call the play on this 1st and 10 from the 39. Here's a pass play, brings it down, now makes a pass, and it is dropped. And we might right there see the first evidence of the weather conditions for tonight.
Yeah, certainly. In the cold, it's going to be a little harder to hold on to that football when they're trying to zing it in there that way. And he drops it that time, and quickly the Boomers back to the line of scrimmage in that shotgun formation.
Hickson from the shotgun on a 2nd and 10 play, now looks to the sidelines again. Hickson looks like he's changing the call. And Kyle, looks like we're going to be having a lot of audibles tonight for the Boomers. Here's quarterback.
Quarterback to the right side. He's taken down in the backfield. Great job.
Devin Hawkins with the quarterback sack. Looked like he wanted to do that wide receiver screen to the near side of the field, but saw something right at the last minute, brought it down, and then Hawkins does the rest.
Hawkins does a great job there staying at home, and the Bulldog defense has done that all season long as, again, the Boomers quickly to the line of scrimmage.
And I believe that they're doing the college style. They're going to line up, see what the defensive does, look back down over to the coach, find out what the play is. So we've gone to a trip set here.
That's a loss of 6 on that last play, a 3rd and 16 now. Here's Hickson rolling to his right,
He's
looking
rushed.
downfield, and pass is no, it is not complete as he bobbled it going out of bounds. Again, Kyle, that might be the evidence of the weather playing a factor here as Hickson puts it right on the money.
You're right. Those fingers are cold when that ball hits it in this weather. And I'll say they're a little bit harder. And so brings up 4th down. We got a punt situation. And for Miss Laura Lynn Kyle, there's 10:37 left on the clock in the first period.
First series for the Boomers turns out to be really a 4-and-out. I know that sounds a little weird, but because of the penalty, it's a 4-and-out. Now they'll punt it away. It's number 2, Hayden Ford, back deep to receive, but he'll not have a chance to return this as the ball will roll dead at about the 27-yard line. And I saw you, Kyle, getting a little excited here because number 2, Hayden Ford, the senior wideout for the Bulldogs, is actually Kyle's nephew. And I saw him getting real excited as that ball was in the air, but unfortunately, Hayden didn't get a chance that time.
There's a whole lot more football to be played tonight. And you're right. I say I'm real proud of him. He's played hard. He's played well. I've got to follow him a little bit this year. So it's real exciting. I'm fired up for him.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. First drive of this first quarter. Woodson up under center. Here's Evatt.
He could go.
Evatt across the 35 to the 37-yard line. Harlan there for a little bit looked like he was going to squeeze through something, but the secondary able to make the tackle.
They were able to make the tackle, and we've said it all year long. It's something that we don't get to say a whole lot of them making a tackle on Evatt, but he looked like he was going to get to that 3rd level that time, not just the 2nd level, and kind of break one. We'll see what he can do moving forward. 2nd down and short to go now.
You got 9 on the play, 2nd and 1. Woodson up under center, I formation. It's Hawkins and Evatt. Evatt straight up the middle.
There he goes. He could be out the gate. He is.
There he goes.
He splits defenders and outruns them all. Touchdown Bulldogs. 9:48 on the clock. Second play from scrimmage.
And Kyle, I thought you were going to take him in for the long haul, but as we've been doing, Harlan, for these actually all season long, we've kind of said there he goes, and then we leave it up to the viewer's imagination. No, you're good.
I apologize. This is my first time, if you guys can't tell.
That's exactly what we've been doing. You said there he goes, and then we'll let the video speak for itself. We appreciate everyone that's logged on tonight. You just missed a 60. If you're just now logging on, you missed a 62-yarder. If you've been with us from the start, you saw Evatt go 62 yards for the touchdown. Tanner Rowland, the extra point. All of a sudden, Wagoner 7, the Woodward Boom 0. 9:43 left in this first quarter as we continue to get more and more people to log on into our chat room. Nanette Tisher Stanley, appreciate them logging on. Teresa Hickman, Randolph, she logging on, not able to make the game tonight. David Frost, appreciate David Frost logging on. Heather Tillotson, as the comments keep rolling in. We appreciate you guys supporting Friday Night Bulldogs. Kyle, I know you say this is your first time up here. You've been around football for a long time. You've been around WL Odom Field for a long time.
I have. We played on regular grass when I was in school here, though. But so I have been around the stadium. Actually, we dressed in the visitors' locker room. So a lot has changed, but it's all been for the better. It's a great place to be. It's a great place for Friday night, and it's a lot of fun. And I guess I should say a shout-out to Teresa Hickman Randolph, since she's not here tonight, but she's a fellow 89 graduate.
She is that indeed. I wasn't going to give her up like that, but since Kyle just did, appreciate Teresa logging on tonight. And Harlan, I know the Boomers were definitely not, they probably tried to prepare for that particular play all week long, and that time the Bulldogs able to execute.
Yeah, as much as you can study film and have somebody try to look just like that, it's always different in the game when game speed happens, and they saw it there live as Rowland kicks the ball off. It's going to be fielded by the Boomers at about the 4-yard line, fumbles it there, picks it up, runs to the right now, has a little bit of room, still on his feet. And finally brought down around the 24-yard line, it looks like.
I think that was number 33, Brandon Goodfellow, able to trip him up. But they were able to get to the 24-yard line. Looked a little bit more dangerous than what actually happened, as the Boomers are able to set up shop 1st and 10 on their own 24-yard line. This is the second possession of the game for them. It's number 5, Cale Hickson from the shotgun. He's got split in the backfield.
They've shut that option down again.
That's exactly what they did, Kyle. A little bit of a read option. Quarterback Hickson thought he would take it that time and came up empty.
I'll say they did a great job. They stopped the dive. They had a guy on the pitch, man. The quarterback had nowhere to go. It was well played.
Hickson again from the shotgun after that 1-yard loss. 2nd and 11 for the Boomers. The ball is at the 24-yard line, 23-yard line, that is.
Crossbuck.
Here's that crossbuck play, and the tailback able to get positive yardage. Looks like Evett was on the tackle, number 27. Xavier Vo making the positive yards for the Boomers. We're going to give him about 6 on that play. 3rd and 5 as Hickson backs up to the shotgun once again. Looks like Vo will be in the backfield with him, and we might see him go to the air. Hickson looking
Back
to go.
Pass.
Makes
tipped.
Intercepted. Intercepted.
He's still on his feet, guys.
That's number 1, Lawrence Evett, picking and
He could
choosing
go.
his way. And
He found his way out of bounds at the 30.
Harlan, I'm not sure who tipped that ball up. They threw it looking for the intended receiver, and I think one of the linebackers, maybe Rodriguez, maybe Cantrell, tapped it up, and Lawrence is there for the old tip drill.
Yeah, practicing the tip drill pays off, and Lawrence able to bring it down, makes a huge play for the Bulldog defense here. They already have the 7-0 lead here early on, looking to add to it right now.
And speaking of adding to it, Kyle, I really thought that we might see we may see that personal foul. No, actually, we're going to see a chop block.
Chop block on the return, so it's still our ball.
Yeah, dead ball foul or post-possession foul. Post-possession foul, 15-yard penalty against the Bulldogs. I actually thought it was going against the Boomers, as Evett clearly was going out of bounds and got a real late shove into the sidelines, but they didn't see that. They saw the chop block. So now we've got 1st and 10 Bulldogs. The ball is at the Boomer 45-yard line. Woodson from the shotgun. Evett in the backfield. Rodriguez, man in motion. Now it's Beats in motion. Beats gets a call on the end around. Beats cuts up field across the 40 to about the 37-yard line. Good play call on 1st down.
Yeah, that's a play, Jeremy, we've seen a few times this year, and they really throw different people out there getting that end around there as Beats gets it that time, but we've seen Ford get a hold of that play, and we've also seen Freeth take care of that play as well. And so good job by Beats that time. Good play call by the coaches. 2nd and 2 to go for the Bulldogs. This time going to go under center in the I formation. Woodson has it, sends the tight end in motion. There's the handoff up to the fullback there. Doesn't have a whole lot of room there, Jeremy, as he's brought down quickly.
Well, I'm giving a little crash course to our buddy Kyle here. He's wanting to know if we could be biased up here or unbiased. We try to be unbiased. We really do. We don't want to be homers around here. That's what we call them. We don't. We want to try to. Obviously, we're all Bulldogs and may give a little extra, but for the most part, we try to keep even kiltered on both sides.
Well, I'll try to do my best. I will tell you, though, when we broke free, I about got excited for the Bulldogs, and I won't get that way when Woodward gets the ball.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. The ball is at the 35. Shotgun. Here's Evett. Evett not able to get back to the original line of scrimmage as number 32, Dakota Taylor, able to make the stop. And the Boomers, Harlan, if you can hear them from the other side, boy, they're excited about that one.
They were definitely excited about that one. Jeremy, I was kind of looking out the window here going, who's cheering out here? But it was the visiting sideline that was coming from as, again, they have a pretty large crowd for coming such a far away with the weather we got going on tonight.
Yeah, it's a good-looking crowd over on the other side as we're facing to the east. They're facing to the west. Bulldogs running south right now on a 2nd and 11 play. Woodson from the shotgun, going to fake it to Evett. Now wings it over to Ford. Ford makes the catch, but nice coverage by the Boomers. getting caught up on our chat room here. Kyle, I saw a comment by Teresa. She was surprised that you remembered. I don't know if that was an old joke or what, but said that she was very impressed.
I know what that has to do with. That's a Facebook post beat up that I took last week, so I apologize, Teresa. I thought I apologized enough. I guess I didn't. So, again, Teresa, I'm sorry. For Laura, that's 5:52 left in the first. Handoff to Everett, and he's hitting the backfield again.
That's a 3rd and 10 play. Number 53 knifing through. That's Keaton Coach, maybe something like that. I hope I didn't slaughter that too bad. We're going to call him Coke. Harlan, that's a good solid hit, and Everett really hasn't seen much of those all year long.
Yeah, big-time defensive play by Woodward that time around. We already talked about there's not a whole lot of getting a hold of Everett when he gets through the middle there, but just on this series, not able to even take a couple steps as they're bringing him down very quickly, and it's going to bring up the 4th down and long here.
Which is kind of no man's land at the 37. A punt doesn't do you very good, so we're just going to go for it. No, we're going to wish him luck right here.
Woodson.
Oh, it's a quick kick.
Yeah. Oh, and unfortunately, it goes into the end zone for the touchback. Little pooch punt by Woodson on that 4th down play. And I agree, Kyle, it's kind of no man's land there. A lot of times you do see the pooch punt try to pin them down deep, but unfortunately it didn't work for the Bulldogs that time as it rolls into the end zone for the touchback. Appreciate everyone that's logged on tonight. Is Tyrone. I saw Tyrone log on. Mouse Meat, I think we already mentioned her. And Keith had stepped away, Harlan. Keith had stepped away for a drink, and he's wanting to know how we scored. So we'll come back to that in just a minute as Hickson from the shotgun for the Boomers. Handoff over the right side, not much doing as he gets across the 20 to about we'll give him to the 22. We'll give him a 2-yard gain. Harlan, recap that score for us.
Well, there was a whole lot of this as we were just watching Everett go about 62 yards for the touchdown that time, Jeremy, and it happened really, really quickly.
Yeah, I should have put my timer on that because it was 62 yards. We see that 60-yard dash, and his time on that, but it did happen very quickly, and that's where your score came from, Keith.
Quarterback keeper on the right.
Here's Hickson busting into the secondary for the for the Boomers. Finally tackled at the ankles as he crosses the 45 to the 49-yard line. That was Chase Barnett. Hickson not necessarily showing some speed, but he's definitely showing how he can maneuver through traffic. Number 5, Cale Hickson. He is a senior this year, standing at 5'8", 172 pounds. And Hickson in the shotgun.
2 wide receivers and 3 backs in the backfield.
Hickson with the fake. Now he rolls to his left, looking way downfield, puts a lot of air under it. And, boy, that was anybody's ball as that's number 3, A.J. Freeth, and number 4, the intended receiver, Caleb Roach. It was Roach and Freeth. It really was a jump ball.
Freeth did a good job of getting between the receiver and the ball and getting up and going at it at its highest point and deflecting it away. I would like to see him pick that off, but I'm supposed to be unbiased, so we're going to say that was well played.
Here's Hickson on the quarterback keeper this time, trying to make it to the outside, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards, Harlan, as we got a 3rd and 8 play coming up. We see that Hickson has the arm, but that last play, he put a little too much air under it.
A little too much air, but it's tough to make a good throw when you got Roman Rodriguez running straight at you. And Hickson took a huge hit as he let that ball go. It was kind of a good play just to get that downfield the way he did.
Full backfield for
third
Hickson.
Down play right here, guys.
It is a big 3rd down, a 3rd and 8 to be exact. The ball is at the 49-yard line of the Bulldogs. Hickson from the shotgun. He's going to throw. Hickson looking way downfield. And I guess he pulled it down right at the last second. I thought he threw it. Taz Henderson, number 55. I don't know what that was, Harlan.
It looks like the referee signaled incomplete pass there. As, I don't know, he was trying to throw it, took the hit, and maybe held onto it and then threw it straight down. as a spike. I don't know, but it's going to be 4th down, and it looks like Woodward's bringing out the punt team.
And might have gotten away with a non-call on the intentional grounding. I'm not sure if that ball made it back to the line of scrimmage. Nevertheless, the Boomers punted away. And it's going to roll dead at about the 20-yard line. Very, very strange possession there for the Boomers, as tried a couple of pass plays and a run play, but was able to punt it away. Ball's going to be spotted at the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. This will be their 3rd possession of this quarter.
With 3:22 on the clock, ready to go in the first quarter. Let's see what we can do right here.
1st and 10 Bulldogs from the 19-yard line. Woodson up under center. And here's the inside handoff, and that's Rodriguez. Rodriguez running hard, gets across the 30, and that's where they're going to spot it, right at the 30-yard line. Harlan, we've kind of chronicled this all season long. We've talked about the weapons that the Bulldogs have. Right there we saw Rodriguez. We have yet to call Hawkins, and, of course, we've already seen the evidence of Evett.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of the Bulldog offense is there's not just 1 or 2. There's really 3, 4, maybe even 5 guys that you could call their name any given night, and I just don't know how you prepare for that if you're the Boomers. Bulldogs have it at the line of scrimmage now, pistol formation. There's the handoff right up the middle. Looked like he slipped a little bit there, but brought down after about a 1-yard gain.
And right quick, have Dustin Fleming, who wasn't able to make it to the game tonight, but says that through Skyfire, if you download Skyfire, you can see it loud and clear on the iPad or on your iPhone. So if you've got something that you used to using your iPad or iPhone, download Skyfire. And Dustin Fleming, appreciate him logging on tonight to Friday Night Bulldogs and letting us know that through our iPads and our iPhones. Here's another inside handoff on a 2nd and 9 play. Hard piece of running as they get to the 35-yard line. We're going to have about a 3rd down 5 for the Bulldogs. So if you've got anybody on the road, anybody maybe in a hotel room or something like that, let them know Skyfire, and the iPads and your iPhones will work perfectly. And appreciate Dustin Fleming logging on and researching that information and letting us know. Here's a 3rd. We're going to call it 3rd and 4. Woodson up under center. Here's the pitch out to Evett. Evett.
He found a crease, boys.
Evett down the sidelines.
And there he goes.
He's not going to make that angle. Yeah, it's coming back. It sure looked pretty, though, as Evett looked like he was going to run out of some real estate, was able to break a tackle, and then Kyle, nobody's even going to take an angle on him because he's going to outrun him.
Yes. I'll say, even on that first touchdown run, he split defenders. They were closing in on him, and he split them long before they even had a chance. It was nice.
Harlan, you're right. It's a holding call against the Bulldogs, and that's probably one of the best defensive plays for the Boomers tonight.
Certainly. You saw that flag come out, and when it comes out in the backfield, you pretty much know it's going to be a holding against the offense about 90% of the time, and it was that time, and definitely the best defensive stand by the Boomers all night long. Unfortunately, they had nothing to do with it that time. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 12 to go now after that penalty. Bulldogs will come back to the line of scrimmage now in the shotgun formation. They've got 2 receivers split out to the right, 1 receiver moving towards the left. Waits to take the snap here. There is the snap. He's going to look to pass. Looks over to his left, but his receiver didn't turn around, had no idea the ball was in the air, and I think the Bulldogs may have got away with one that time.
Well, they did. It was set up pretty good, pretty well, that is. Had a couple of blockers out in front, but Rodriguez, like Harlan said, Kyle, not sure if he knew if the ball was coming, when the ball was coming.
Yeah, it helps when you run a screen if the screen guy knows the ball's going to come to him. So, yeah, that wasn't a pretty play.
So 4th down real quickly, 4th down and 12 for the Bulldogs as Justice Beats is standing at about his 12-yard line. A little bit of a high snap. He's able to field it. Good punt as he gets it away. And a great bounce.
Great bounce.
Great bounce as it looks like it's going to roll dead at about the 33-yard line. We said Beats was standing at his 12, so you add that up real quickly, and it's going to be about a 40, we're going to call it about a 50-yard. About a 52-yard punt. I had to take my shoes off there to count on my toes, but 52-yard punt for Beats with the nice bounce, obviously, but we'll count it as the Boomers in a tight formation this time. Hickson up under center.
They changed to the wing T. They've gone from a spread offense to a wing T. That's an odd change, but
pretty drastic change.
Very, very drastic difference.
Now all of a sudden we're not sure who's getting the ball, and we're not sure if the Bulldogs knew either. They were just stacking up anybody that they thought was trying to come through the line as the Boomers get a 2-yard gain on that play. Same formation. Hickson up under center gets the call from the sidelines. And this time it's almost an end around to number 12. Makes positive yardage. Kyler Ferguson. I'm not sure if you saw that, Harlan, but it wasn't even a handoff. It was more of a pitch. So I'm not sure if you could call that an end around, but real dangerous when you start making pitches in a very tight quarter.
Yeah, definitely. You got to make sure that everybody's on the same page. They were there. There's the snap. There's another little pitch, just like we're talking about, to the right side. He gets a little bit of room, breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet. Gains about 15, 16 yards there, maybe a little more, before he's finally brought down by the Bulldogs.
All of a sudden, Ferguson and the Boomers inside Bulldog territory. This is their deepest penetration of the night, Kyle, as they're set up at the 39 of the Bulldogs.
And I don't know, as an old coach, I'm going to tell you that I think I don't follow Woodward, so I don't know what offense they run all season. And I don't know if maybe they're a wing T team that came out just to show something different to start the game, because they seem to be doing this well.
Here's the quarterback this time, either that or Ferguson following behind him, not sure. But nevertheless, they get across the 35 to the 34-yard line. Now all of a sudden, Harlan, the Bulldog defense right now is struggling to stop this wing T.
That'll end the quarter.
That is the end of the first quarter with the score, the Wagoner Bulldogs 7, the Woodward Boomers 0, but threatening. Harlan, again, right now, the Bulldog defense does not have an answer to this tight wing T formation.
Yeah, and, I was just thinking about it all week long. I haven't seen the Boomers play all season. Obviously, we've been watching the Bulldogs all season long, but wondering how did they pull off the 49-7 win over Ada last week. Maybe it's because they go into something's not working, let's just completely change our offense, from one possession to the other, and that's going to completely throw off a defense as it's done here to the Bulldogs. And so Bulldogs coach is always good at making adjustments during the quarters, in between the quarters here, and we'll see what they come out with as they move forward.
And Kyle, that shows a lot of trust in your offense to go from two drastically different offensive sets, and if one doesn't work, you try the other one, and right now it's working for them.
I agree. I was going to say, usually you pick a master and you run with it. And so, like I said, I don't know Woodward, but they are running the wing T, and I know it's a package that you have to practice a lot, and they're doing it well. So this isn't unusual. This isn't new to them.
Here's Ferguson again over the right side, running hard, carrying Bulldog block tacklers with him as he crosses the 30 to the 27-yard line. All of a sudden, the Boomers again with another first down. They're already back to the line of scrimmage. Why go with something else when this is working for you?
Well, you better be ready, because you're going to see this. They're going to lull you to sleep with this sweep, and then that quarterback's going to keep it around the backside, and right there it is.
Here's the inside handoff, number 7. He's racing to the corner and finally dragged down as he crosses the 15. That was number 7, Micah Key. Kyle, you just called it.
Well, that was the fullback trap, but It was a similar idea. We're going to take you right, then trap you back left. And so, and it was successful. Hopefully we can tighten up right here.
1st and 10 for the Boomers. Ball at the 12-yard line. Here's that quarterback keeper now. Just turns around to the left side. Hickson stops
down at the 1-yard line, I believe.
Kyle, right now you're a prophet, as the last 2 plays have been exactly what you talked about, lulling them to sleep to the right. Now all of a sudden to the left. At times it was Hickson to the left. Gets down to the 2-yard line. Another first down for the Boomers. 1st and goal Boomers. Ball at the Bulldog 2-yard line. Tight wing T formation. Hickson up under center. Here's that inside pitch to number 12, Ferguson. And he is fighting for that goal line. And he is in for the score. Touchdown Boomers. Number 12, Kyler Ferguson. Harlan, he got hit at the 2-yard line, maybe even at the 3-yard line, was still able to muscle his way in.
Yeah, it showed a lot of determination right there, having the old cliche, having a nose for the end zone that time, just keeping those legs moving and churning, and puts it over the goal line for the score. Now the Boomers look to convert this PAT, but there's a little bit of movement there early on.
Number 3, Jason Alexander, is the place kicker for the Boomers. And it looks like they had a little bit of movement beforehand on the Boomers, a 5-yard penalty. The ball will be kicked now from the 15-yard line. A little bit longer extra point here as number 3, Alexander, has a 25-yard extra point attempt. And he boots it through. All of a sudden, Kyle, Wagoner Bulldogs 7, the Woodward Boomers 7, as the first play or the second play from scrimmage for the Bulldogs turns into an Evatt touchdown. And then the Boomers defense have definitely stiffened.
Yes, and I was going to say that's a little bit of a scare for a ball coach sitting on the sideline as the quick strike offense starts to get stifled, and when they put a offensive drive on you that's a grind, I'm sure Coach Condon is sitting over there. We're gonna tighten some things up on the Wagoner defense to work on shutting down that wing T.
Right now, Harlan, the Wagoner offense is going to take the field as we wait for the ensuing kickoff. That was after a punt from the Bulldogs, and the Boomers took it from about the 32-yard line. I believe that was about a 68-yard touchdown drive, and the Boomers really saying, stop us if you can.
Yeah, like we already talked about, they came out and changed that offensive formation. Really, maybe just some confusion on the side of the Bulldogs there, but not able to contain that running attack over the long haul on that drive and able to sustain it. And for the Bulldogs defense, it's going to be interesting if they continue to face that. Are they going to have the energy all night long to continue to face that type of offense?
I believe it's number 54 going to kick it away for the Boomers, Garrett Hines. And back deep to receive, they're going to kick it to Evatt. He's going to pick it up at about the 5-yard line. Gets across the 20 to about the 25, 26-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will have it. 1st and 10. This will be the first drive of the second quarter for the Bulldogs. 11:03 left in this second quarter. And Bulldogs, we don't say this very often, Kyle, but the Bulldogs need to get something going on offense.
I agree. I think, you put something together here, and it's a crucial drive for them, I believe, in the sense of getting some momentum back in the game. They had it going. And then, like I said, that long drive is a grinding on a defense, and you don't want them back on the field this quick.
That's Rodriguez in motion. Here's Evatt.
There's the quick strike offense again. Ladies and gentlemen, he's out the gate.
And
oh!
Number 3 able to trick him up. Jason Alexander with the touchdown-saving tackle. Now, keep in mind, Harlan, Alexander was already about 10 yards ahead of Evatt, and Evatt almost got past him anyway.
Well, I got to tell you, it must be playoff football because normally it doesn't matter if he's 10 yards ahead, 20 yards ahead, whatever. But he's able to catch up with him that time and makes a huge tackle for the Boomers. But for the Bulldogs, they've got the momentum going in their favor after that big-time run by Lawrence Evan. We've seen it again and again and again, and I'm guessing they're just going to keep going back to that well.
Actually, Harlan, I think Evatt caught up with Alexander. So,
very good.
A 1st and 10 now for the Bulldogs. Ball at the Boomer 25-yard line. Here's
quarterback.
That's Rodriguez from the Wildcat, and nothing doing there, Kyle.
No, that didn't trick anybody that time, did it?
Not at all. Rodriguez with the fake, and then followed his block up the middle. Nothing doing.
I'll say on a positive note, even moving the field, so you at least you've gained some field position here. You're not going to punt the ball down to them, give them a short field to work on. So there's some positives out of this. I'd like to see them put together a drive, another first down here and see what we can do.
Rodriguez going to lose one on that play. A 2nd and 11 now as Woodson checks back in the lineup. He's up under center. Hawkins, the lone tailback. That's Rodriguez in motion. Hawkins gets the pitch, has trouble with it, able to get a lucky bounce as it gets back up into the breadbasket, Harlan. But we had a real positive there from Lawrence, and now 2 negatives from the Bulldog offense.
Yeah, 2 plays there back-to-back where they're just, again, trying to get something going. That time, Hawkins makes a real great play of not getting too anxious and getting his hands back around the ball because he was really the only Bulldog around it. There were some boomers around there. He's able to pick it up, and Bulldogs live to play another down. It's 3rd down and long, but it's better than going the other way.
We're going to call it 3rd and 14 for the Bulldogs. The ball is at the 30-yard line. Woodson from the shotgun. Woodson's going to go to the air, looking downfield, looking way downfield. Got a man, makes the catch. I believe that's number 2. That's number 2, Hayden Ford, with a great catch right at the sticks.
I'll have to give a shout-out to the nephew. Great catch, brother.
That was a deep curl route, and Woodson hit him right in the numbers and made the catch. But Harlan looks like he's going to come up almost a yard short. We'll call it 4th and a half a yard.
4th and half a yard. This is a big-time play for the Bulldog offense as they come out in the I formation here. Need to just get a big push from the offensive line right here.
It's Rodriguez and Hawkins in the backfield. Hawkins gets a call, trouble with the ball, and it's a fumble, and wow, the Boomers have recovered that. Very rarely do you see a fumble that never hits the ground. Hawkins had trouble with the handoff and saw it pop up, and it popped up right into a Boomer breadbasket.
Yeah, just kind of a weird play right there as Hawkins is moving forward. Then all of a sudden, Boomer player just starts running the other way and has the ball in his hands. Took it right out of Hawkins' hands, and the Boomers getting something started here from the defensive side of things.
1st and 10 Boomers. Ball at their own 24-yard line, 8:17 left in the second quarter. Here's number 7, gets the call over the left side this time, and looks like he might have fumbled. And he did, but the lineman was able to fall on that. Number 7, Micah Key. Kyle, you should appreciate this. Number 78, Tony Spray. He's a 220-pound offensive lineman, able to pounce on that ball.
All right, what are you saying, Jeremy? Are you beating me up here?
Here's a 2nd and 6 play.
The trap up the middle. They fooled them on the outside. They ran the trap inside. Had a lot of guys running with the quarterback around the corner. We're going to move the sticks, and it's going to be 1st down for the Boomers at the 39 with 7:43 left to go in the half.
Dakota Taylor got the call that time, number 32, as Hickson quickly up under center, and he's going to get the call again. Number 32, I believe, got the call. No, that's
12.
number 12. Number 12, Kyle Ferguson. And right now, that bunched up wing T formation, it's just hard to find out who's got the ball. You just got to start sticking guys in white jerseys, Harlan.
That's right. The defense just has to play their assignment on this, which is difficult because it's difficult to identify what the assignment actually is coming out of this type of backfield.
2nd and 7 now for the Boomers. Hickson up under center. Gets the call, and here's the end
sweep
around.
To the left.
Number 7 makes a tackler miss and dives across to the 50-yard line. Number 7, Micah Key. And Kyle, right now, the Bulldog defense still searching.
I agree, and like I said, we're back to the grind again, and this is you definitely don't want this. They need to find a way to get a stop get that defense off the field and let the offense take some time off this clock.
The ball is at midfield, 1st and 10 for the Boomers. And here's the inside
trap.
handoff. Ferguson this time. And Ferguson carries a would-be tackler to the 40-yard line. He's going to be close to first down yardage once again.
And Boomers just showing their power right here, just handing it off to the fullback and let him push forward there. Carries the defender, I don't know, like 5 yards that time. And they're back at the line of scrimmage ready to do it again.
Hickson on a 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 40. Here's Ferguson on the inside handoff. Ferguson with the convoy going forward, and he gets across the 30, now to the 29-yard line. And Kyle, for all we know, there could be a lineman running that ball because there's about 6 white jerseys around that ball.
You're right. They're going to pull 2 guys. They're going to lead 2 guys, and they're going to get that back. And he's going to put a hand in the back of them and say, follow the pack. So that's what makes this so difficult. Then they do that. Then they come right back and misdirection you. And it's a difficult offense to defense. And
Harlan, this may be the best defensive play that has happened all time, at least up to this point. We called a timeout, hopefully to make some adjustments.
Yeah, you got to take the timeout right there as they're driving down the field, and really they're averaging about 8 to 12 yards per carry on this drive, and just putting something methodical together and driving down the field. And once again, it's all about the defense right here. They're on the field, and they keep getting hit in the mouth, and they've got to be able to either put a stop to that or get a chance to rest. And so a timeout's a chance to rest and talk it over.
And Kyle, if you can tell by the body language, when that timeout was called, the Boomers jumping up and down, trying to get their fans into it, and the Bulldogs definitely walking off the side to the side with their heads down.
I think they're a little stunned right now. They say they're trying to find the answer, and hopefully they can. Like I said, and you're right. I'll say Boomer. The momentum's definitely going their way. They're driving the ball. They're grinding. They're chewing the clock. That's what they want to do in this game, and keep that Wagoner offense off the field.
Here's a 1st and 10 play. Here's Hickson on the quarterback keeper, and that time it's a fumble.
The ball's on the ground.
And the Bulldogs have recovered.
There we go. That's big time right there.
There's that timeout we talked about right there. I bet they talked about it in the huddle. Hey, we need a fumble.
Made it happen.
Made it happen. Ask and you shall receive. I'm not sure who put that hit on it, but I believe Hickson had the quarterback keeper around the left side. Somebody jarred the ball loose, and all of a sudden, Bulldogs have a ball on a big turnover.
Now I'd like to see Wagoner put together a grinded out drive, chew up this last 6 minutes of the half, in the half with the ball in their hand or a touchdown, and then get the ball when we come back after the half.
1st and 10 Bulldogs. Woodson from the shot. I believe that's Rodriguez from the Wildcat. Here's a handoff to Evitt. Evitt with the great
ball
found a hole. Field, and he is down the sidelines.
He's on the tightrope in it.
Cuts back to the inside.
Ball's on the ground.
Loose. And
I believe the Bulldogs have it.
Another big play. Number 57 able to get downfield for the Bulldogs. I believe that's Malik Clayton, and that is a big play. Great hustle by a lineman to get downfield as Evan lost control of the ball and looked like the defender might have put his head, put the helmet on that ball as Evan tried to cut back to the inside. But number 57, Malik Clayton, a heads-up play by the lineman and able to come down and get a hold of that ball quickly and not fumble it around. Rodriguez from the Wildcat on a 1st and 10 play at the Boomer 27-yard line. Rodriguez going to keep it himself over the left side. Breaks one tackle.
Breaks two tackles. He's on the
15,
corner, guys.
10, 5, puts the shoulder down and is knocked out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. A very hard run by Rodriguez. And he's going to get Kyle to about the 4-yard line. It was, I believe it was number 44, Rodriguez from the Wildcat. That's a 24-yard gain. Gets down to the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, Bulldogs.
That's a big-time run that time, and it's funny how on Friday nights momentum can switch one way to another so quickly, and all of a sudden the Bulldogs looking to put something in for a touchdown here.
Rodriguez again from the Wildcat. Rodriguez going to keep it himself over the left side, breaks a tackle and another tackle, and he is in for
touchdown
the score.
Bulldogs.
Touchdown, number 44, Roman Rodriguez. I'm going to say it now. That fumble recovery was a 14-point play, Kyle, because the Boomers were looking to score.
Yes, sir.
And now it's Wagoner score.
Yes, sir. It was a 14-point swing, definitely. And huge play down here by the offensive lineman, hustling on the play, getting downfield, following his running back. You know, that's a attribute that you hard to coach and hard to teach. And
that was a huge play by that. When we're going to talk about that again going on into this game. Is that really may be the 14-point play, or at least definitely the 7-point play, as Tanner Rowland for the extra point makes it good. Wagoner Bulldogs 14, the Woodward Boomers 7, 5:30 left in this first half. Harlan, I know you're updating our media. We've got our Facebook page going, but we can't stress enough Clayton able to get downfield and pick up that Evett fumble to keep that drive alive. 2 plays later, Rodriguez takes it in for the score.
Yeah, big-time play, not only by Evett to make the huge run, but heads-up play to pick up the fumble there and keep the drive alive. Bulldogs get exactly what they needed from their offense, gives the defense a chance to get pumped up a little bit and get back out there with a 7-point lead, and that's going to be huge as we're getting closer and closer to halftime.
Kyle, I know you played offensive lineman back in the day, so to speak, and I mean, most of the time when your running back breaks into the open, you think he's going to score. You're standing back here at the line of scrimmage holding your hands up thinking it's going to be a touchdown.
Yes, I agree, and that's why I said you got to commend the athlete for working his way down the field, going to congratulate his runner, and still hustling on the play. And it allowed Wagoner to keep control of the ball. That's a huge play. Like I said, I got to commend the athlete. I believe his name was Clayton for staying in the play, staying in the game, and hustling on the play.
Number 38, Tanner Rowland, with the kickoff. Short kick as it's fielded at about the 20-yard line by the Boomers, and he's going to cross the 30-yard line and get to the 32-yard line. Kyle, we're talking about 89 grads. I believe Malik's mom is Belinda Clayton. You're probably familiar with that name. I think she was either 89.
Belinda was an 89 graduate. Okay. She was a basketball guru of my class. She played ball. She was a lot of fun. She's a nice lady.
I believe that Belinda and Malik, I believe they belong to each other. As the Boomers back to their wing T tight formation, they're going to get 1 on that play. Number 7, Micah Key. Kyle, for the first time, I believe for the first time, Bulldogs have an answer for the wing T.
Oh, at least on that play, we shut them down. They like you said, like Harlan was saying earlier, play assignment football. You get in your gap, you play your gap. Don't chase those balls around the field and those fake handoffs. And it showed right there that they're staying home and playing football.
2nd and 9 for the Boomers. This time it's the number 12, that's Ferguson, across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Boomers won that battle as Ferguson gets about 5 yards. We're going to call it 3rd and a long 4. Right now, the Boomers really need to keep this drive alive.
Again, I think Wagoner played good defense right there. They lost a little bit of the push. Here comes that trap. Stopped again. That was a big down for the Bulldogs. Brings up 4th and 3 at the 39 with 4 minutes left, and gives the offense an opportunity to have the ball again.
And Jeremy, that's why it was so important for the Bulldogs offense on the last drive to do exactly what they did, to get that touchdown, to get the momentum here. It carries over to the defensive side, and all of a sudden the Boomers don't look so good anymore. They're in punt formation now. There's the snap. He gets the kick away. It is a spiral kick, bounces at about the 26-yard line, takes a Boomer bounce, a really good Boomer bounce, and they're going to down it inside the 15-yard line, looks like at the 14, and that's where the Bulldogs will have it. 1st and 10, 3:42 to go in the first half, and with the big plays, Jeremy, we've seen so far, mostly coming from Evett, that's a long time for the Bulldogs.
Well, that was a booming bounce for the Boomers as it gets inside to the 14-yard line. I believe that was 36, probably a 56-yard punt with the bounce, and the Bulldogs pinned it back deep with 3:42 left in this second quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line. Rodriguez from the Wildcat. That's Hawkins in motion. And
we've got too many. We're not playing Canadian football here, boys. Let's keep one guy in motion at a time.
Yeah, that's true. There was a lot of guys in motion, not just one or two. There was a lot. So a 5-yard penalty will back them up to the 9-yard line. Now the Bulldogs pin deeper in their towards their own goal line on a 1st and 15. 3:42 again still left in this first half. Looks like Woodson's back in the lineup. Up under center, I formation. I believe it's Rodriguez and Evett. There's Beats in motion. Inside handoff to Rodriguez, and he is smashed right at the line of scrimmage. The Boomer defensive line read that well.
Yes, they did. The good part about that is, though, the clock's going to keep running. We got the ball coming out of the second half. The thing here, I'd like to see them get a first down. I'm sure Condit would too. Get a first down, eat that clock, chew that clock off, and make it to the halftime without giving them another possession.
2nd and 14 as the ball is just outside the 15-yard line. Woodson up under center again, I formation. Twins to the right. Here's Evett straight up the middle, and he is met in the backfield, Harlan, as the Woodward defense has had answers for the last 2 plays.
Yeah, they've been able to make a stand here as they're trying to make something big happen on their side of things to get the momentum back to their side. In fact, they're going to take the Bulldogs strategy, call the timeout, and see what happens for them on that. But on that play, Evett took a big-time hit right up the middle that time.
And he's actually, it looks like the ball is placed at the, actually don't even see the ball out there. I guess they've got it covered.
I believe he's still standing on the 9. I think it was a pretty nice spot for him. We're going to say forward momentum met him at the line of scrimmage and then pushed him back to the 5-yard line. So they go ahead and left him keep it at the 9. It's a big play right here.
I'd have forgotten about that 5-yard penalty. I think I said from the 15 the last play. They're actually at the 10. I think they might have lost one on that play. So we're back to the 3rd and 15. Very curious play call right here. What do you do, Harlan? It's a 3rd and 15. You're pinned back deep. 2:48. Do you just hand the ball off, or you want to go to the air?
I think you give the ball to Evett here and just see what he can do. If he can break one for the first down, that works out great. If not, you take it and you punt it back to him and try to hold him back. I don't think you go to the air here, but we'll see what they do.
Coach Ford, what do? You going in the air, or are you going to run it?
I might be biased. I've got a nephew out there at wideout, so I will say I might throw it down the field and see what he can do with it.
We'll see what happens as Woodson gets up under center on a 3rd and 15 play. Beats in motion, inside handoff. I believe that was Evett as he gets across the 10 to about the 11-yard line. The Bulldog offense playing it safe. And
Harlan the prophet.
Harlan makes that call and not able to break it as the weather seems like it may be rolling in. Of course, we don't have a whole lot of gripes as we're standing up here. Even though we got the window open, Harlan, feels pretty good in here.
Yeah, it doesn't feel too bad once we got everything up and going, and there's a lot of hot air that's being floating around in the press box. Just saying, just a little bit. But my weather reporter out in the crowd, Beth Brown, says that it's actually sleeting out there. So glad we're in here.
Beats punts it away from his own end zone. Unfortunately, I believe it went off the side of his foot. He's only able to get it to the 30-yard line. So plenty of time, really, Kyle. 1 minute, 57 seconds. It looks like the Boomers still have 2 timeouts. And I believe we're going to see that close formation of the wing T once again.
Yes, I agree with you. I think you totally opposite of what I really would have liked to see the Bulldogs do that drive. But I guess football's football. That's why you play the game. So minute 57 on the clock. They got the ball on the 30. There's plenty of time to grind it out here because they do have the timeouts, and they do have the option of going back to that spread offense and throwing the ball down the field.
Hickson up under center on a 1st and 10 play. Hickson going to throw it, rolls to his left, looking downfield. Pressure put on. He evades one of them. He's still on his feet, goes back. Now he throws it and got an open man, and he makes the catch. And he is able to get across the 25 to the 23-yard line. Harlan, Hickson threw that from midfield.
Big-time play by Hickson to avoid like 10 guys. Well, there's only 3 guys, but he avoided them like 4 times each. And comes up with it, finds a receiver, and turns it into a good play.
I believe that was Ferguson that made the call, and that's number 7 on the inside handoff that time. Number 7, Micah Key. And Kyle, I think maybe that it kind of stunned the Bulldogs to see Hickson drop back for a pass.
I did too. Of course, that's the brutal broken play, as we called it. You can't cover him for 30 seconds, guys, and when he's back there running all over the field, all of a sudden somebody's going to pop open. Either something really bad's going to happen or something really good's going to happen, depending on which side you're on.
And that, if you remember, the Boomers had the ball, Harlan, at the 30-yard line, and Hickson really did throw it from the 50, and all of that, and they got about a 7-yard gain.
We got an offsides penalty.
Offsides penalty called right there, and it's going to move it even closer. It's going to be first down and 5 from the 13-yard line as Hickson brings them back to the line of scrimmage now in that wing formation once again.
Minute 5, the sweeper on the left side. Oh, he's tattooed.
Big time hit by the Bulldogs that time. Not a large gain there. Looked like he had some room, and the linebacker came out of nowhere.
Sorry, I got excited because I like to see hits like that, gentlemen. That's fun football.
I missed it as I was messing with our sound. I'll have to go back and look at that one because by the judging from you guys' reactions and the fans, somebody just got their head knocked off. And doesn't look like they were able to, they got to just outside the 10-yard line. They're going to spot it at the 11. Second, and we're going to call it 3 for the Boomers. 41 seconds left in this first half.
And they've called timeout. They're conserving the clock. This is a big down right here. We need to they're getting to a point where it's going to be critical watching that clock. So you run the ball, the time's going to run. You throw the ball, you get the opportunity to stop it. So big play right here.
Harlan, a 2nd and 3 play. They still have 1 timeout, the Boomers do. Still plenty of time to run the ball, and obviously Hickson can throw it too.
You're probably going to see, I would like to see from them some play action here. They've been doing all the running and everything, and so we'll see what they have up their sleeve as they just came out of the timeout and talked it over, but put it in Hickson's hands. He's shown already he can make some plays.
I'll say the only thing I'd like to see I look for a play action too, but the play action wasn't very successful for him on that last time. There's a stop right there. Put him on the ground.
It's number 32, Dakota Taylor, straight up the middle, looking for
short.
first down
That's
yardage.
going to be the clock's going to be running, gentlemen.
It's still running at 26, 25 seconds now. Boomers up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Hickson up under center. Here's a handoff to Ferguson. Ferguson gets near the 5-yard line, and it's going to be, I see that.
It's going to be a first down, but they're going to stop the clock to get the change set, but then they'll start it right back up. And we are down to 14-9.
And they're going to take the time out there and talk it over with that 14.9 seconds to go in the half. This is going to be a huge 14 seconds when they come back out from this timeout because the Bulldogs hanging on here to a 14-7 lead, and they get the ball after halftime's over with, so the Boomers really need to put something in if they want to hang in there.
I don't understand the philosophy here. I'm going to tell you, I think I would have had them spike the ball. You only got 2 plays left. Spike it, keep your timeout in your pocket. But now obviously
you got 14 seconds now. I don't think if you go to the air, you've got room for you've got time for 2. But if you're going to run the ball, I don't think you can run it, get back up to the line of scrimmage, and spike it in 14 seconds.
I think if you're a Bulldogs fan, you've got to be watching out for some sort of trick play. We haven't seen anything tonight yet, but we've seen them go from a spread offense to the wing tee offense. They've probably got some trick plays in there somewhere. And
there's your wide set again. We're back to the open set. We got trips on the left. We got a wide out on the right. So you're going to see them throw the ball. I think you're going to see 2 throws and a field goal.
Hickson from the shotgun rolls to his left, and now we've got a timeout
Bulldogs.
That's a good timeout by the Bulldogs. A little bit of a chess match going on from the sidelines here as the Bulldogs able to come out, see what they're going to line up in, take the timeout to talk this one over because, as we've already said, a huge play right here. It's the difference going in, 14-7 lead for the Bulldogs, or maybe a tie here going into halftime. And so we'll see what the Bulldogs defense can dial up against whatever set the Boomers come out in, because anybody's guess is good at this point.
And I like what you say about the chess match, because that's really what it is right now. It has been really all second quarter. The first quarter we had a long run, and then it settled down quite a bit from there, and we've seen a lot of formations that have worked and not worked, and right there is a big-time indication of way this second quarter has gone. Kyle, they came back out in the wide formation, the spread formation, and then to take that time out from the tight wing tee to the spread, come out in the spread, the Bulldogs take a timeout, and we'll see what happens now.
Here we go. They didn't change back up. They're still in the trip set.
Hickson from the shotgun, looking to go to the end zone, rolls to the left, throws
Goes
to
to
the
the
end
corner.
zone, looking for his man in the end zone, and he makes the catch for the touchdown.
Wow.
Wow. That was a great catch. I believe that was number 4 for the Boomers, Caleb Roach. And I'm looking at his statistics here. That's a 6'5" senior. So if you're going to throw it to the corner of the end zone, Harlan, you're going to throw it to your 6'5" senior.
Yeah, definitely. I hate the fade call. Just as a fan of football, I don't like that call. But when you got a 6'5" senior like that, you throw it up and just let him go get it, and that's exactly what happened. Good job by the quarterback of the Boomers, making it a playable ball. He threw it way up in the air that time, but his receiver able to come down with it in the end zone.
Number 3, Jason Alexander with the point after to try to tie this ball game up. Long snap count, and Alexander puts it up and through. Wagoner Bulldogs 14, the Woodward Boomers 14. Kyle, you can still see evidence of how much space that Roach did not have, as if you look at the far end of the corner of the end zone, you see the pylon still laying down where Roach kicked it over when he made the catch.
Yes, he was right there on the corner. They threw it in the corner of the pylon. I mean, you couldn't draw it up any better. They practice that. They practice that probably every week during their scripted Thursday practices. I know a lot of times that's a go-to play for a lot of coaches. Back when I was coaching, we had a big tall guy, and we did the same thing. You throw it in the corner end zone, go up there and play a little basketball so you can get the rebound.
We're going to get you a great shot of the pylon. Again, it's still laying on the ground where Roach able to tiptoe his way in on that back line, and that's just a great catch, Harlan.
Yeah, once again, big-time catch just going up and basically fighting for the ball, 6'5" frame, and he was able to bring it down and keep that foot in bounds. That's 14-14 with 7.3 seconds to go. You're going to imagine, Jeremy, that the Boomers not going to kick this one to the Bulldogs, and we'll see what they do here.
Yeah, squib kick right down the middle of the field. It's fielded at about the 25-yard line. This is Fazan trying to make his way to the outside. Puts his shoulder down as there is 0.2 seconds left in this first half. And I think we're going to see a kneel down here.
Probably going to see a kneel down. I thought that was going to take care of the clock that time. Maybe a little quick on the stoppage there, but probably a kneel down. It's 14-14. Ball is going to be spotted in Bulldog territory. And so you don't want to take any chances here, as it looks like it's going to be about the 38-yard line in Bulldog territory. Again, you just take the knee, take it into the half, and start talking about the adjustments that need to be made.
And there are some adjustments that need to be made. It looked like the Bulldogs did make those as far as the wing tee is concerned, Kyle, but then they come back out in the spread formation. Totally, I'm not even sure if it took them off guard. As the Bulldogs get back to the line of scrimmage, Woodson up under center. They hand it off to Evett, and he loses the ball, but And it's picked up by the Woodward Boomers, and it's still on the ground. And I believe it finally rolled dead at the 14-yard line, or somebody got tackled or something. We almost had a scoop and score.
I've got to apologize to Teresa. I get a little excited, and I just got a text that I blew her ears off when I was screaming about the touchdown a while ago. I apologize to her. So
that was a really dangerous turn of events there, as the Woodward Boomers almost got a scoop and score.
Yeah, well, they tried to run it with Evett that time just to see what would happen. Usually that's a safe call. He gives it up that time, and the Boomers take it back the other way. It looked like they tried to pitch it back just to try to make it all the way into the end zone, but the ball hit the ground again, and then there was a big pile that stopped everything that time around. So the Bulldogs survived that one. It's 14-14 at the half. And here in just a moment, if they can press play this week, as they had a little bit of trouble with the sound last week, I believe, we're going to see the Bulldog Palm Squad here perform at the beginning of the halftime show. So we'll let you watch that, and we'll be back with you in just a little while.
And we are awaiting the second half as the Bulldogs will receive to start this second half. Had a little trouble with our chat room, so we're kind of getting caught up with that. And that's why we sent our little reminder of whether you guys were live out there. Well, apparently we were dead up here, Harlan. So we're going to try to catch up with some chat before this second half starts.
Yeah, Jeremy, and I think that happens more often than not, that they're live at home, and we may not necessarily be here, but Friday Night Bulldogs fans are used to those technical difficulties, but at least it's not that we want to downsize the chat or anything or minimize it, but at least you can hear everything and see everything as the Boomers get the kick. It's a squib kick fielded by the Bulldogs at about the 22-yard line. Bulldogs players brought down rather quickly here, and it's going to be 1st and 10. Bulldogs have the ball in the first possession of the second half.
They'll start out, it looks like the 26-yard line.
And, Kyle, what do you expect to see from the Bulldogs on this first possession on the offensive side?
Call me a prophet. They're going to give it to Evan on the first play.
That would be probably a pretty good guess after watching them all season long. And, Evan's had the big plays really tonight all game long. And so we'll see what they do, Jeremy, as they're all huddled up here.
And here's a player just now running into the sidelines, and they're going to have to hurry to get this play off. 25-second clock, and oh my goodness,
we're burning a timeout right now.
This might come back to haunt us here in a close game. This is the first play of the second half, and we're calling a timeout.
Yeah, you just can't have that coming out from halftime. We talked about earlier making adjustments at halftime, and to allow the play clock to get all the way down to 5 before the play even gets into the field. I just don't know about that.
Well, Kyle, I saw somebody run in late. I'm not sure if they already had the play called and they just had 10 men on the field or what, but a player ran in at about the 10-second mark.
Yes, I saw him coming in. I know the coach in the stands, he was trying to help him out there, telling him to hurry up and get on the field. Always nice to have those guys in the stands when you're standing on the sidelines. This is coming from experience, gentlemen.
A 5-yard penalty. The ball will be placed at the 25-yard line.
Shelley said 26 on the press box.
Well, I'm not sure what's going on here because here's Evitt from the Wildcat trying to make the corner. Cuts back to the inside. Good yardage.
First down.
To almost the 40-yard line. And I was looking at adding that 5-yard penalty, but I've forgotten that they had called that timeout. So it was a 1st and 10 play from the 26-yard line. Evitt gets to the 39, a 13-yard gain, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
I'm going to go out on a limb here again, Jeremy. We're going to give it to Evitt again. I think the question is, are we going to go to the wide side of the field or the short?
I think we're going wide side of the field here. Oh, inside
handoff. Play.
That's Rodriguez.
Good for 3 or 4. He pounded it in there hard.
Harlan, he got hit at about the 4, but the linesman comes in. He's going to mark him just shy of the 44.
Yeah, Roman Rodriguez always doing a good job running the ball right up the middle with power, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and about 6 to go now. We may call it 5 here to go as the Bulldogs bring it back to the line of scrimmage right at that 44-yard line, trying to get something going as they had to call a timeout on the first play. It looks like he's lined up off sides there to me. We'll see if the referee calls it that way. There's the snap. Pitch out to the right to Evitt, and he has nowhere to go that time, Kyle.
No, they adjusted well to that. They tried to shift over, add extra players to the right side of the field. The Boomers adjusted to it well. I think they felt that coming.
Right there at the end, one of the Boomers stripped the ball away from Evitt, but they had already blown the ball dead. So it is a 3rd and 9 now for the Bulldogs. The ball is just shy of the 40-yard line. We'll go ahead and call it at the 40. 3rd and 9. Appreciate everyone that's logged on tonight. Well, hopefully everything is going well on a 3rd and 9 play. First possession of the second half.
Oh, the pistol formation bootleg, and he's got a man open. He's got him.
That's Rodriguez across midfield to the 48-yard line. That's a great play call there by the Bulldogs offensive coordinator, Kyle. Wide open, Rodriguez in the flat.
Yes, I'll say great play, well executed. Guys did their jobs. It's fun to watch get plays like that.
Guys, let us know through the chat room. Make sure everything is going all right through this second half. The video coming in clear, the audio coming in clear. Appreciate everyone that's logged on tonight.
Bulldogs have it now, back line of scrimmage, shotgun formation. 2 backs in the backfield this time. There is a snap. It's a kind of a fumbled snap there, and he's brought down immediately. But he was able to bring the ball back in, which is more important on the play there. Going to bring up second down. Lost about 4 on the play, looks like. Second down and 14 coming up after that just weird play.
I was going to say, I think he lost the handle on the ball, and then he was tackled by the W. I don't think the Boomers had anything to do with that.
Yeah, I think he was more concerned with bringing that ball back in so that they didn't lose it that time, and he was able to do that. And they're going to come back to the line of scrimmage now. Second down, 14 to go. It's going to be in the I formation this time. Woodson under center. There's the handoff to Evett right up the middle. Gains more than the original line of scrimmage that time. Going to bring up a third down.
We may lose Jeremy before the night's over.
Yeah, I'm struggling over here. We're doing a little bit of adjustment on the sound, and I just can't get rid of a cough. Most of you guys were pretty patient with me last week, but probably ready to throw me out the window this week on a 3rd and about 7 play from the Boomer 46-yard line. It's going to be Evett from the Wildcat. Evett going to take himself over the right side. Got a whole convoy of blockers in front across the 40, the 35. Breaks a couple of tackles. Evett with strong running and finally is kind of dragged out of bounds by a Boomer inside the 10-yard line. Wow, that was strong running by Evett as it looked like he was running out of real estate. Broke a couple of tackles, still had some blocks downfield, and able to drag a Boomer inside the 10-yard line.
And so the Prophet in the press box strikes again. Give that ball to Evett and just keep on doing that. That's kind of the strategy of the game so far, really the strategy on the season so far, and it's working out as the Bulldogs have 1st and 10 here.
This is a big down right here. We need to let's put it in right here.
That's Rodriguez over the left side. We're making a few camera adjustments here as we're running out of space here in the press box. But hopefully you were able to catch that play.
If you're watching right now and getting a little motion sickness.
Rodriguez inside the 5 to about the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 4. We're just under the 8-minute mark in this 3rd quarter. The first possession of the second half, the Bulldogs had it at about the 25-yard line and now threatening to score on a 2nd and goal from the 4. It's going to be Woodson up under center. That's Lee in motion. Here's a pitch out to Evett.
He's found
Evett trying to break it to the outside, cut it back in, but he is met by a Boomer, number 12, Kyler Ferguson, makes a great stop on a 2nd down play. So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 5. And I'm looking at maybe throwing this one into the end zone, but we'll see. Woodson up under center. Here's a pitch out to Evett. Evett pushes it back to the inside, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Way to go, Bulldogs.
Evett showing power there. We know about his speed, but he showed power as he was hit at about the 1, maybe even the 2-yard line, able to power his way for the score. Harlan, the Bulldog offense might have made a statement right there to the Boomer defense.
Yeah, that's a big-time series right there. They came out, had to take the timeout because of the confusion, and now all of a sudden we're talking about a touchdown score. So big-time swing here early on in the second half for the Bulldogs, but it looked good. Touchdown. They're going to be up pending PAT here.
I'll say that was a big drive. Also, that they chewed up 5 minutes off the clock. They're 6 minutes, 54 seconds. You know, and again, that goes back to the Woodward drive I was talking about earlier. Those are hard on the defense when you grind it out. chew up clock. And it's always good to play with a touchdown lead.
Tanner Rowland 3 for 3 for extra points. Wagoner Bulldogs 21. Woodward Boomers 14. 6:54 left in this third quarter. And looks like we're having a little bit of trouble with our chat room, so apologize for not being able to keep up with our chat because it keeps freezing up. But we'll try to work through that and get caught up.
Would you like me to just give them your cell phone so they could just text you, Jeremy?
A lot of them do, for sure. Those are coming through, too. So we appreciate everyone that's logged on tonight for Friday Night Bulldogs. This the second round of 4A playoffs. Wagoner Bulldogs versus the Woodward Boomers. And again, no doubt, Harlan, that some of the Woodward Boomer fans that weren't able to make the 4-hour-plus journey to W.L. Odom Field logging on tonight, and we want to welcome them to this second half.
Yeah, for sure. We appreciate anybody and everybody logging on. It's Friday Night Bulldogs, but we talked about it a little earlier. We try to not to be too biased up here. At times we know we get that way, but if you're a Woodward fan, we hope that you're hearing everything loud and clear. And we want to bring the football game to you live and free and worldwide as well.
Here's a deep
I'm going to
kick.
have to say I'm a little bit biased, gentlemen. I hope it's the last Woodward game you get to listen to this season. So sorry, but I'm just a guest in the box
I was
tonight.
going to finish that sentence, but I better not. But Rowland kicks the ball into the end zone for the touchback. We want to welcome everyone who is logged on tonight. I believe Kyle's dad, Cecil Ford, Mr. Ford, is former superintendent of Wagoner Public Schools when I was late 80s, early 90s, I believe. And appreciate him logging on, listening to Kyle, and listening to Friday and watching Friday Night Bulldogs. Here is the handoff for the Boomers, and that is number.
I believe my mom is watching also, so I better say hello to my mom, May Ford.
Appreciate the Fords logging on tonight. And I want to give a shout-out, too. I hope he's listening. Andrew Nar and Brother Wayne and Miss Sue Nar. Hopefully they're listening tonight, celebrating their 53rd wedding anniversary.
Around the right side.
That's Ferguson around the right side as we go back to the action. And he's going to get close to first down yardage. But, Harlan, you know Brother Wayne and Sue well. And about the tail end of when you started coming is when they were leaving. And anybody in Wagoner knows Brother Wayne Nar and his wife Sue, their son Andrew. I saw his post on Facebook about the wedding anniversary Woodward gets into the Bulldogs secondary across the 35 to the 37-yard line. That was number 32, Dakota Taylor. And before this next snap, happy anniversary to Wayne and Sue Nar, and hopefully they are watching tonight. So here is Hickson up under center. Here's Ferguson over the right side.
Spread it out. They stretched it out to the sideline. They stopped them that time. That was a good job by the Bulldog defense right there.
The sideline is your friend a lot of times, especially on defense.
He's your 12th player, as you know, when you're coaching.
First and 10 for, looks like we've got a penalty. Some kind of penalty going. I'm not sure what the call was, but incidental face mask. There we go. 5-yard penalty. The ball is at the 42-yard line of the Boomers. 1st and 5 now. 5:42 left in the third quarter.
Condon's helping the line judge right there. He's helping him to make better decisions.
It's a 1st and 5 play. Here's Hickson on the quarterback keeper, straight up the middle. And it is just a mass pile as this time the pile moves forward, Harlan.
Yeah, they're, again, in that kind of tight wing T formation, and you just don't really know where it's going to go, and they all just kind of converge around the ball carrier and just push forward as one whole team there. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 2 to go here as they're back under center. There's the snap. Little toss to number 12 this time. He's got nowhere to go as the Bulldogs are all over that one. It was number 12, Kyler Ferguson, but with no room because the Bulldog defense was right there.
So they were bringing 8 that time. They bought one in every gap. There wasn't any doubt there wasn't anybody going anywhere.
This is a very big play here, a third, and we'll go ahead and call it 5 for the Boomers. A tight formation, Hickson up under center.
Oh.
And Hickson going to take it on the quarterback keeper. Now he pitches it to number 7 as he breaks a couple of tackles, but he runs out of real estate. Micah Key, and he is going to get across the 45 to about the 47-yard line.
It's going to be close depending on the spot right here.
Yeah, and they're going to go ahead and call 4th down. I thought they might call for.
I think they're giving it to him at the 46.5, and they're going to be about a half-yard short.
Yeah, they're going to mark it just shy of the 47. They need to get beyond the 47. So it's going to be a 4th down and half a yard to go for the Boomers. Hickson up under center. Hickson takes the ball himself, and he's going to get that push forward. Gets more than enough for the 1st down.
You got to commend the Woodward lineman right there on the big push.
Yeah, big-time play that time by the Woodward offense, coming up with enough of a push to just jump over that line there. They're still trying to sort it out here. Haven't got the official signal yet, but it looks like there it is. 1st and 10 for the Boomers after that big-time 4th down conversion.
And Harlan, I'm a little shocked that they didn't come and measure that, because we said they had to get just beyond the 47. That's exactly where they are, just beyond. Take that back. That's just beyond the 48. So more than enough for the 1st down. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 40, or Boomers from the 48-yard line. Here's the quarterback.
Quarterback pass.
Rolls out, got a man in the flat, makes the catch, and he is tackled at the sticks at about the 42-yard line.
Jeremy, that was Micah Key on the reception there, kind of out in the flat on his own as the quarterback rolled out and found him, and he's able to get enough for another 1st down.
Kyle, this is a little bit of a third dimension that we've seen now from the Boomers, that we've had that the wide open set, we've had the tight wing tee set. Now they're throwing out of the wing tee.
Well, again, it goes back to, the wing tee package. You're going to run the sweep, the swab, and the trap, and then off that you'll run that play action pass and let that, right here it is again.
Pressure put on,
we stopped it.
And he's
Well
not able to get
Bulldog.
away from it. Quarterback sack all the way back to the 50-yard line. I believe that was by number 50. That's Wyatt Probst with his namesake with a quarterback sack.
Yeah, and that's a big-time play by him, because Hickson has shown all night long to be difficult to bring down in the backfield. We talked about it earlier. He kind of scrambled around and missed several hits and was 20 yards back and ended up completing a pass for 7-yard gain. That time, not so, as Probst brings him down in the backfield. 2nd down and long to go.
Hickson up under center, 2nd and 18, the official from the scoreboard. And
think
here's
we
going
had
to be
movement.
2nd and 23.
Well, yes, we did. We had some movement in the backfield. Momentum's definitely moving towards the Wagoner side. And even that last drive when they got the 1st down, that was a 5-yard drive in 4 plays. So,
yeah, the offense has definitely been stifled here for the Boomers. Credit that to the Bulldog defense and the Bulldog adjustments from halftime, as this is the first series for the Boomers this half. Here's a 2nd and 23 now. The ball is resting at the Boomer 46-yard line. We haven't been able to see that big play. It's been the ground and pound so far. And here is the handoff straight up the middle to number 32. You're talking about a big play.
Big rumbling, tumbling back right there.
That's a big play, even though the yardage may not resemble it. Dakota Taylor Harlan broke 4 or 5, maybe even 6 tackles, and almost gets all that penalty yardage and the sack yardage back.
Yeah, you're talking about the yardage may not show it there. It was 2nd down and 23. It's going to be 3rd down and about 13. And so did a great job of just continuing to push forward and gain positive yards as they get back to the line of scrimmage now.
Hickson up under center on a 3rd and an official 13. And here's
I think
another
they got
flag.
movement again.
I think you're right, Kyle. I think there's going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Boomers. We'll wait for the official call. Could turn out to be very costly here, as it is already 3rd and 13.
For double OK out there's 2:08 left in the 3rd quarter.
And, Kyle, we've got a 5-yard offsides call against the Bulldogs. Thought it was going to go against the Boomers, and the Bulldogs have to take 5. So a 3rd and 8 now for the Bulldogs. We're going to call it a third and a short 8. The ball is at the 38-yard line of the Bulldogs. Tight formation.
Trap back away.
Inside handoff. He's got it into the Bulldogs secondary. That's number 7, Micah Key, with the inside trap. And the Bulldogs had no idea who had the ball.
No, the misdirection. They ran the sweep. Here we go again. Gosh, it's hard when you're playing that. When you're that linebacker and you've seen that sweep 4 times in a row, and you're scraping over the other side to commit to the backside gaps. It's tough.
Yeah, Bulldogs definitely lost track of him that time, and it's first down now for the Boomers, and it's just been momentum swing after momentum swing here, and we'll see what continues to happen.
Here's the quarterback, throws it in the flat, has got a man, he makes the catch and breaks the tackle. That's Ferguson, hurdles one player, and he steps out at about the 10-yard line. Number 12, Kyler Ferguson, made a really good snag, had to go down low from Hickson, his quarterback, for the catch, and then makes a lot of yak yardage.
Yeah, Jeremy, 6 foot and 198 pounds there, and made a nice little hurdle over a player, showing some athleticism there. And another first down here for the Boomers.
It's first and goal just inside 10-yard line. Here's number 32, and he will score. Touchdown Boomers. Number 32, Dakota Taylor. And really was not touched till about the 5-yard line, able to bust through a tackle and in for the score. Touchdown Boomers. Kyle, if you remember, it was a 3rd and 26 from their own 46-yard line, and now all of a sudden they're 1 point away from tying this ball game.
I know. I was going to say, I'm a little bit stumped here. That was a rough series. I thought Wagoner had things going. Things were looking their way. They have the big pound out. Then they throw the pass in the flats that goes big for yards after catch. The penalty on 3rd down, they kind of fell apart there for a second. With 1:22, it looks like we're going to tie this ball game up 21-21. It's through the uprights.
That's Jason Alexander, and this is no Seinfeld episode by any means for our Friday Night Bulldog fans, as it is 21-21, 1 minute, 22 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. It's definitely no laughing matter if you're a Bulldog fan. The Boomers have to be excited about this score deep into the 3rd quarter, making the drive. And I'm looking at Condit down at the field, telling his players to back off, doesn't want that penalty, as we've already had a couple of costly penalties for this game, and definitely doesn't want a cheap penalty like a sideline warning.
I agree. I'm still trying to get over the Seinfeld comment.
Well, I know a lot of our fans will pick up on that because we have a lot of I'm not going to call them older fans, but more mature fans.
I'm a huge fan. I was about to give you the Costanza jingle for.
We are close to Happy Festivus, so that'll be coming up in the next couple of weeks, I believe. So.
That's right, the Festivus for the rest of us.
So right now, the Boomers, Harlan, they have to. The Boomers have to be pleased with what's going on, or really what transpired there, as the Bulldogs came out strong, made the touchdown on the first drive of the second half, and now all of a sudden we got a tie ball game once again.
Ball's on the ground.
Having trouble picking that up, but now here's the receiver. Now he's cutting it back to the inside, and
worked it back out to the 20.
Did well just to get back to the 20-yard line, as Harlan, as we were talking about before the kickoff, that's a big-time answer from the Boomers after the Bulldogs take it down and score the first possession of the second half.
Yeah, the Bulldogs were able to score on that possession. It was kind of a methodical drive from the Bulldogs that time, and then came back on the defensive side and really put some pressure out there on the Boomers, having them backed up a long ways, then got the penalty against them. It was 3rd and 8, I believe it was. Boomers able to pick up that big 3rd down. Now they have it tied up 21-21, but the Bulldogs have it 1st and 10 from, looks like, the 20-yard line here.
I'm going to have to go on the other side and say don't be too down on them yet. All they did was tie it. They've been playing from behind the whole game, and so they're feeling okay, but they're not feeling good yet. So.
Well, that's true. As we're in under 1 minute left in this 3rd quarter. Wagoner Bulldogs 21, the Woodward Boomers, about called them the Boomer Woodwards, 21-21, as we're probably going to have maybe 2 more snaps left in this quarter.
I'm going to go with 1.
The ball is 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. It's Woodson up under center, I formation. Looks like Rodriguez and Evatt in the backfield. Evatt with the pitch out, and early penetration for the Boomers made Evatt cut it back to the inside, and Woodward was there to make the stop after just a 1-yard carry by Evatt. And
they can let the clock run out. I don't know if they're going to try to get a play in here or not. I'm not so sure. I wouldn't let it run out, get a handle on this 3rd down play.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do. It's a 2-1, and there is the buzzer to end the 3rd quarter. Wagoner Bulldogs 21, the Woodward Boomers 21. And Harlan right now on a 3rd and 9 play as the Bulldogs huddle up at around the 30-yard line to try to claim this 4th quarter. And as the referee switch ends, you got to think what are you going to call on a 3rd and 9 play just inside the 4th quarter, just to start the 4th quarter.
Yeah, let me just be Captain Obvious for a minute. Biggest 3rd down of the season coming up here for the Bulldogs as this 4th quarter gets started. Probably from what we've seen all season long, you're probably thinking about something coming from that diamond set formation. Maybe even out of the Wildcat with Rodriguez running the Wildcat. We've seen him throw out of that before. Or, Jeremy, we've seen that end around, come up in big times. So maybe that's this opportunity here is kind of that end around has gone to several different people over the course of the weeks, and I believe they've even passed out of that. Kind of a double reverse out of it, pass, and so there's so many things they could do here on a 3rd and 9, but it's going to be a big call for sure.
Not sure we've seen the end around yet tonight, as it's either Barnett, Freeth, or Ford that they call their number. Kyle, what are you doing on a 3rd and 9 play as the Bulldogs get up to the center?
I'm not sure, but I'm going to tell you, I think it's a crucial play in this game because of the way the momentum swings have been going. The Bulldogs need to get a 1st down here.
Here's Evatt able to squirt through a couple of tackles, but he gets across the 25 to about the 20, just shy of they're going to mark it right at the 26-yard line, and that's going to be well short. And Kyle, you've got to punt away here, don't you?
Absolutely. It's a tie ball game. You got to punt away and believe in your defense. You just, from the outside looking in, it's not been a pretty night for our defense in situations, especially coming off that last drive.
Gibson, the deep snapper. For the Bulldogs, it'll be Beats to punt it away. Good snap. Beats has a little trouble to hold it, and it's partially blocked by the Boomers. Partially blocked and picked up now at the 30-yard line. And that whole series, Harlan, was just not a good series from beginning to end.
Yeah, just couldn't get anything going there, and it translated to the special teams play that time as the Boomers able to get in there. I don't think he got a whole lot of the ball that time, but enough to really knock it down. And the Boomers are going to have it in Bulldog territory at the 30-yard line. So working with the short field here, and really they have the momentum here at the beginning of the 4th quarter.
1st and 10, Boomers. Ball at the Bulldog 30-yard line. Hickson up under center, and the whistles blow. And not sure what happened, but a timeout
for the Bulldogs.
For the Bulldogs.
That's number 2.
A curious timeout there as the Bulldogs, just after a turn of a change of possession, call a timeout there. And Kyle, you're right. That's the second of this second half. That only leaves them with 1.
Right, but it may be a valuable timeout for them because you just came off a crucial drive that scored. Your offense puttered out. You had a 4-yard net punt. Chips were down. You needed to stop, reevaluate, get you guys back in the game, and that may be I think that was a good timeout for them. Let them get those guys' heads back in the game, get them up, see if we can play football here.
Hey, I tell you, I'm catching up in our chat room, and OJ Dog Fan thought my Alexander comment was hilarious. So at least one person out there got it. So appreciate everyone that's logged on tonight to Friday Night Bulldogs on this 1st and 10 play. Hickson up under center and looks to the sidelines for the call. Ball at the 30-yard line of the Bulldogs. 11:25 left in this ball game. Here's the inside handoff to Ferguson, an inside pitch really to Ferguson, and he bulls his way to the 25-yard line, 5-yard gain.
That's tough because we're meeting them at the point of attack. They're meeting them at the line of scrimmage, and the push is just too much.
Harlan, we've talked about maybe a dangerous little pitch in a very crowded area. If you're a Bulldog fan, you're hoping that there's penetration that's going to boggle that up.
Quarterback keeper over the left, and he did not go anywhere that time.
He's actually going to lose about a yard on that play, and that time the quarterback did keep that. But Harlan, again, you hope that if you're Bulldog fans, you're hoping for that penetration from the interior lineman to interrupt the flow of that inside pitch. It's almost like a shovel pass.
Yeah, definitely. And Kyle talked about it. The Bulldogs really they're getting back in the backfield. They're just not sure who has the ball when they get there, and they're missing him, and then they're getting to the next level, gaining 4, 5, 6 yards kind of every play. It's going to be a big-time play right here, 3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs defense to try to hold them back.
The ball is at the 26-yard line. Here's the inside handoff, and he is going to come up short. He gets tripped up as he crosses the 25, lunges forward to about the 23-yard line. It's going to be 4th and short. Is it too early to say that this may be the ball game decision right here?
I would say, but you're in no man's land again in high school football. That's out of field goal kickers range in most high school games. You're at the 23. If you punt it away, you're going to give them 3 yards. So you go ahead and go for this. I think this is the right call.
4th and 3. They need to get to the 20-yard line.
Is a big down for the Bulldogs.
Inside handoff to Ferguson. Ferguson
rumbling.
Was able to make the first down and more. Harlan, it looked like that they were going to stop him well short. They even hit him short of the 20-yard line after he had broken a couple tackles already. But Ferguson able to power through.
Yeah, we've seen Ferguson do that all night for the Boomers, just not willing to go down in that first hit. And it takes 2 or 3, and that time he converts the 4th down for a huge gain right there. Maybe not in yards, but as far as the game goes. There's the snap here, but before they can do anything, flag comes out. It's going to be a false start going against the Boomers. Back them up 5 yards. It'll still be 1st down. But again, the Bulldog defense still feeling the effects of that 4th down conversion.
Well, and this 5-yard penalty, as far as this possession is concerned, is probably the biggest play if you're a Bulldog fan. As the comments continue to roll in, I want to give shout-out to Play to Hit. Tushhog 88, Fat Mama James, that's P-H-A-T Mama James, and we appreciate her and everybody logging on as Hickson rolls out, throws it in the flat, and he does not make the catch. That was Ferguson. He was wide open, Kyle, but Hickson just not able to get to him.
Well, he put it in a high spot. He had to go up and get it. He just couldn't put a handle on it. That's it.
Yeah, he just dropped it that time. And Jeremy, going back to the chat, you mentioned OJ Dog Fan. Got to give a shout out to my father-in-law, Kevin Orange. That's who that is. As well as my boys listening at home, Rylan and Daxton. And here is the
trap away, and it's open again. Dadgummit.
That's number 7 through a big hole. That's Micah Key. Harlan, Kyle had called the trap play. That's what it was, and he makes good yardage. Still going to be well shy of the 1st down, but he picks up that penalty yardage back and more.
Yeah, I guess the penalty yardage back and more, and actually a good tackle that time by the Bulldogs, because if he broke that one, broke that last tackle there, he's probably in the end zone right now.
Right, I agree. But I still think we're in 4-down territory, so this is a big 2 plays coming up.
Here's Ferguson trying to get to the outside, and he will not.
Nicely.
Number 17, Chase Barnett, coming up, I believe, from the corner position as Ferguson tried to show some patience, pick up some blocks to get around that corner. Barnett with the big-time play.
I'll say the clock rolling at 8:52 right now. Again, this is a big series, and we're eating some clock off here.
4th and 6. They're going to need to get to the 5-yard line.
We're going to try a field goal here. It's going to be a 34-yarder.
Number 3, Jason Alexander. How can we forget that name? And Harlan, we've seen him on the extra point attempts. He's had plenty of leg. We'll see if he's got the accuracy on a 29-yard field goal.
No good.
It's no good. He missed it wide.
Left.
We're going to go to the 20.
It hit the uprights. It hit the outside upright, and so obviously bounced away 29 yards. The way that came out, Harlan, it looked like somebody might have gotten a hand because it was a little bit of a squib kick there. Still had the distance, but not the accuracy.
Yeah, I don't know if somebody got a hand on it or not, but he really did. He put it a little too low that time, and it's just no good for Alexander that time. On the other side of that, we'll see if that generates some momentum for the Bulldogs now as they take over 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line.
There's some kind of excitement going on the Bulldog sidelines. Not sure what that is, but here's Evatt. Evatt straight up the middle.
5 or 6.
Across the 25 to the 26-yard line. 8 minutes left in this 4th quarter. And obviously you want to score at any time, but it'd be real nice if the Bulldogs could make a long, long drive here and eat up that clock.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to say. If you go back to that opening drive of the second half, if they could put one of those together, chew up 5 or 6 minutes off this clock, put it in the end zone, that was a huge series for the Bulldog defense. I think that may have been the series that makes a difference in this game. He's got a man open.
That's Rodriguez, I believe, makes the catch right at the sticks. He's driven out of bounds, but a nice play from Woodson to Rodriguez, and they're going to pick up first down yardage. Unfortunately, he was pushed out of bounds, and it stops the clock.
But that's okay. First down yardage is what he needed right there. First down and 10. That means that they're going to be able to stay out on the field and get something going here and try to develop some consistency through this offensive possession as they need to really score here because, remember, they've only got that one timeout as we talked about before.
A 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 30. Rodriguez from the Wildcat. Rodriguez going to take it himself. And the Boomers there make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. And, again, the clock continues to run. 7:15 now left. And don't forget Rowland. Rowland has almost perfect on extra point attempts. Every time it almost splits a hole through that netting. He's got plenty of legs, so we can't forget that Bulldogs not necessarily have to get into the end zone, although we would want that. We've got Rowland, and we can put him out there to put us ahead.
Certainly a weapon in the special teams game, has been all season long as the Bulldogs now in I formation here. There's the handoff up the middle. It's to Evatt. He breaks through the line. He's still on his feet. He's got the first down, still on his feet, running to the right. He's at the 40, at the 35, breaks the tackle, still going down the sideline. He's pushed out of bounds. Huge gain by Lawrence Evatt as the Wagoner Bulldogs have a 1st and 10, and they've got something cooking here.
Yes, they do. Only thing negative out of that, I wish he would have just fell to the ground to keep that clock running. But nevertheless, the big gain made up for that is we're into Boomer territory. The ball is at the 27-yard line. 6:32 left in this contest as the Bulldogs go up to the line of scrimmage, taking their time. The clock, the 25-second clock, is now at 15. No hurry. As Woodson, no doubt, looking at that clock. Now we're at the 10-second mark. He gets up under center. A snap, inside handoff to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, 5, maybe 6, 7 yards as he's tackled at the 21-yard line. Kyle, I would have liked to have seen that ball snapped a little bit closer to 0 on the 25-second clock.
I agree. I think you start chewing the clock up here. And hoping, you want to give them the ball with the least amount of time possible. Let them drive and make them drive the field. For those of you interested, Anadarko's up on Catoosa 26-7. So the winner of this game looks like it's going to be Anadarko.
Woodson up under center. That's Evett. Evett busted to the outside. It's a race to the corner.
There
and
he goes,
gone.
boys. He's out the gate.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Lawrence Evett from 21 yards away, stuck it up inside, bounced it to the outside, and it was a foot race to the corner, Harlan. But anytime we talk about a foot race with Lawrence Evett, we know who's going to come out on top.
Again, all season long, we talked about, in the longer runs, how do we even call it? How do we even, do we just say he's gone? And that's usually what we do. Right there, there was a little bit of a question, is he going to make it there? Gets to the 5 first. Before the defender does, and he's in the end zone, putting the speed on there. PAT by Rowland coming up.
Number 17, Chase Barnett with the hold. I believe it's Taylor Gibson with the snap. Snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. Wagoner Bulldogs 28, the Woodward Boomers 21. Kyle with 5:57 left in this ball game. There's still plenty of time left.
Absolutely. I'll say that's but again, I go back to it's a lot better feeling when they're playing for the when they're working to tie you instead of working to beat you. So I think Wagner's in the place where they need to be. They go play solid defense, and let's see how this game turns out.
Want to give a couple of shout outs. I'm looking at a few new names in our chat room. I saw Coach Carey, appreciate them logging on. Herb Webb, appreciate you logging on. He's in Montana. I think I saw earlier in his comments about 20, around the 20-degree area in Montana. Appreciate Herb Webb logging on as he always does. And everyone else that's logged on to Friday Night Bulldogs, we appreciate your support all season long. As Rowland tees it up at the 40-yard line.
I'm not so sure we're too far off the 20-degree mark. If you're out in the stands, they're bundled up pretty good out there. We're fortunate up here in the warm press box.
Bill Holman, 756. Appreciate him logging on as we see a new name coming in. And Rowland will kick it away to the 40. Back deep to receive is number 4 is Caleb Roach. And also number 3, Jason Alexander, to receive the Rowland kickoff. Line drive kick, and this will be Alexander at about his 21-yard line. Tries to bust it to the outside, and he gets busted at the 25-yard line. Not sure who was down first. I believe that was number 2, Hayden Ford, making a special teams play right when the Bulldogs need it.
Big-time special teams play there. The Bulldogs come out, they get the touchdown, they're up 28-21, and the biggest thing you can't have is a letdown from the special teams on the very next play, and there certainly wasn't there as the Bulldogs were all over that one. Boomers will have it 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line.
Here's that tight formation, Hickson up under center, and here's the inside handoff, and number 32 for the Boomers, that is Dakota Taylor, making positive yardage, going to make it to the 35-yard line. That's good enough for a Boomer 1st and 10.
They keep it on the ground, though. The clock's going to run, gentlemen. They're going to set the sticks. 5:42, clock is rolling.
Hickson up under center, tight formation, and we're giving away some cheap yardage.
I'll say we're going to be encroachment on that one in the neutral zone. That's tough when you go 1st and 5. That's hard. It's hard to defend that.
Ball placed at the 40-yard line, 1st and 5. 5:33 and counting for the Woodward Boomers. Hickson up under center. Here's the inside handoff.
Got him from behind.
That's number 44 from the linebacking position, Roman Rodriguez, able to tackle Ferguson for just about a 1-yard gain to the 41-yard line. 2nd and 4. They'll need to get to the 45 for a 1st down. Hickson up under center on a 2nd and 4 play. Here's that inside handoff trap. Breaks it to the outside, now cuts back to the inside, and he gets leveled at about the 50-yard line, but he's pushed forward. That's Ferguson. Ferguson with a lot of yardage gets into Bulldog territory to the 49-yard line, Harlan, right now, the Wagoner Bulldog defense playing on their heels.
Playing on their heels as the Boomers are moving the tempo forward quickly at the 49-yard line in Bulldog territory now. There's the snap. Going to be that fullback trap again. Nowhere to go this time as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Maybe an inch or two further than that, but the Bulldog defense all over it that time, just as we start to call them out on saying they're on their heels.
I was going to say, they're playing good football, but as a Woodward coach, that clock is running fast for you right now. And I say even though there's plenty of time in this game, you know he's watching that clock close. 2nd
and 10 for the Boomers. And here is number 7 trying to make the corner.
Stretched it out again. They did that, played that perfectly. Defensive end stretched it out to the sideline, had help from the safety coming over the top. Looked good. That was great defense by the Bulldogs right there.
That was Micah Key for the Boomers, and that stretch play has not really worked all game long, Kyle. It's really their inside game that's worked. Every time they ran that stretch play, and the Bulldog defense just too fast to the corners.
Yes, I'll say they stretch, but they got to set it up. That's the setup. I look for the trap back away right here because here they go again.
3rd and 13 from the Boomer 48-yard line. Big play, big third down here. Here's the quarterback on a pitch out to Ferguson. Ferguson
great tackle.
Cut down by Barnett. Number 17, Chase Barnett with a big open field tackle.
Yes, that was a huge tackle. Let's say the solo tackle out there on the edge, that's a tough tackle to make, and he did a fantastic job.
And this may be the ball game, Harlan, as it is a 4th and 12. I believe the Boomers take a timeout because you have to guess that with 3 minutes and 9 seconds down by a touchdown, and the way that we've seen the Bulldogs, at least at times, can drive the field, not necessarily have to run a 60 or 70-yard Evitt play, but can drive the field. You have to believe that this is it for the Boomers.
This may be it, and I think this is a good timeout for them to talk about this on 4th down and long and figure out exactly what play that they want to run. But by calling that timeout, they may have decided that this is going to be the game because they're not going to have the ability to stop the clock as much as they need to if this doesn't work out for them. So, I think this was a good timeout to get the play going. It's going to be dangerous on the other side if it doesn't work out for them.
Right, absolutely right. I look for a play-action pass here. They've been successful with it out in the flats. They ran at it. Keep them underneath you and play football. Let's see what happens. It's a big play right here.
They're still in the tight formation as Hickson gets up under center. We're going to call it 4th in the ball game here. And now they go to the spread option, and there's all kinds of receivers to the left with nobody on them. The Bulldogs need a timeout right now.
They got a tackle over on the left. That's a tackle split wide left. He's not an eligible receiver.
And speaking of that, I think we got a tackle on. He makes the reception. Now he's running for his life, and he's going to get caught from behind.
Well played.
Number 1, Lawrence Evitt makes the play from behind. Boys, it looked real dangerous there as he came back to the near side, Harlan, and had all kinds of blockers in front. Just a little bit too patient, and Evitt was able to catch him from behind.
Little too patient that time, and Evitt comes up with a huge play on defense, and we're up here saying this is really weird. Call a timeout and talk this over. They don't. It works out for them. Bulldogs have it 1st and 10. There's 2:59 to go in the game. What a huge play by Evitt and the entire Bulldog defense staying home that time.
I'm going to commend the Wagoner coaches because that defense, they weren't stymied. They adjusted to the set, and they played football. That was a great job. They were well prepared and ready to play.
Woodson up under center. Here's Evitt. Evitt just needs to protect that ball right now as we're under the 3-minute mark, 2 minutes, 50 seconds. The Boomers still have 2 timeouts, and it'll be interesting to see when they choose to call them.
You'll see one after this next play, I think, unless there's a 1st down. If they stop them here, they'll have to burn it. There's no 2-minute drill no 2-minute timeout in high school football, so they've got to chew this clock out. Now, I'd like to see if I'm Wagner's coach, I'm telling him, don't you snap that ball until there's 3 seconds on the play clock.
Right now, they're up to the line of scrimmage with 13. Woodson watching that clock closely. I see Condit yelling at him, telling him to watch the clock. We're under 5. Snapped it at 3, just like you said, Kyle. Here's Rodriguez up the middle, running hard as he gets to the 40-yard line. He'll pick up 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 5. And Kyle, again, as you called it, Boomers take that second timeout.
You have to. You got to serve that clock. We're down to 2:02, and their only chance is to get that ball back.
Yeah, they're putting everything in their defense's hands right now, and what choice do they have? As we already mentioned, 3rd down coming up for the Bulldogs. Going to be a huge play call coming from the Bulldogs this time as it's 3rd and right about 5 to go.
I look for them to be in 4-down territory right here if you're a Bulldog fan. You're 3rd and 5, you tell your guys you got 2 plays to get us 5 yards and run this clock out.
Absolutely. We've talked about it all game long. You're right there in that no man's land that we've been calling it, where, you don't gain a whole lot by punting. You're out of field goal range, and if you get this 1st down, the game is over. And the Bulldogs will march on next week to most likely take on Anadarko, I believe, with the scores that are coming in.
Yeah, the last I checked, it was 26-7 Darko. And Clinton was tied 7-7.
Kyle, sorry that the refs are calling that we put a couple of seconds back on the clock, back to 2:05. Not sure what happened there, but went from 2:02 to 2:05. Nevertheless, it's still 3rd down and 5 here, and I agree. It's 2-down territory. We've had a couple of scary moments, really, Harlan, with the punt team, with some low snaps and just hard-to-handle snaps. And so it's got to be 4-down territory.
Yeah, definitely. Had a couple times where the punt came out great, a couple times where it was just sketchy. And so definitely 4-down territory here as Woodson brings them to the line of scrimmage in the I formation.
Woodson looking for that hard count on a 3rd and 5. Can't draw him off the first time. Here he tries the second time. Now they'll snap it. Here's Evatt. Evatt breaks one tackle.
That's a good.
Breaks another tackle. Steps back to the inside.
Way to jump. Blip. Way to go working it back into the field. Keep the clock running. Don't run to the boundary. That's a well-coached football team, gentlemen.
Yeah, that's a smart play. And Harlan, that's a 1st down that you were talking about them getting. 1 minute, 56 seconds. You have to believe as long as the Bulldogs keep protecting that ball, you got to believe that was the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody heard it, but I was saying that's the game as soon as he crossed the 1st down marker. Huge play that time, huge gain by Evatt. Once again, going back to the well over and over. Keep that clock moving and churning. That's the only obstacle we have here now.
Woodson up under center. Here's the inside handoff to Rodriguez. Yeah.
We're going to move it up
definitely going
half
to be
the distance again.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be it for the Boomers. If there was an inkling of hope, it was just dashed right there as a 15-yard penalty. Personal foul, late hit is going to be assessed against the Boomers. That's 1 minute and 26 seconds left in the ball game. The exchange between center and quarterback, what we concentrate on now, as the ball will be placed at they're going to place it at the 14, just inside the 14-yard line. 1 minute and 26 seconds left in this ball game, and heard from the fans. We'll just take a knee now, and that might be what we see.
Yeah, and looking at the scores here, Anadarko up 39-14 over Catoosa, and that's going to be the matchup next week. Remember, the first 2 weeks are, the higher seed has the home, but next week it'll be at a neutral site, I believe. Not sure exactly where it's going to be at, but we're conjecturing that maybe it'll be Langston University as sort of a middle point between the two schools. But there's going to be a timeout taken on the field here as the Bulldogs just looking to drain this clock down. 58.1 seconds to go this one.
I probably need to say thanks to Jeremy and Harlan for having me tonight. I've enjoyed it. I don't know if you have, but I've sure had a good time. I enjoy being back in Wagoner. And like I said, thanks for having me, guys.
Appreciate Kyle coming up with us. Kyle, an 89 grad of Wagoner High School, and his dad, a former superintendent of Wagoner High School or Wagoner Public Schools, and we appreciate Kyle coming up. This 5-yard delay of game penalty, just in case you missed that, but Woodson is up under center, 58 seconds left, And right now, you just nothing so far has happened. But I just get the feeling that the Boomers are a little agitated, and I hope nothing cheap happens.
Right. You just want to, like I said, if you're the Bulldogs, you want to get out of this game clean. You don't want anybody hurt. I'm kind of with the stands on this one. I say take a knee, let that clock run. Let's see what happens, and end it. Go play ball next week. See how you can do against the Warriors.
58 seconds left in this contest. Woodson up under center. It's Hawkins straight behind him. He takes the knee, and the Boomers doing all they can to cause some disruption, and rightfully so. The game's still going on, even though you're taking a knee. Kyle, if you're on the other end of that knee, you're going to do everything you can to make some disruption and maybe possibly disrupt the exchange between quarterback and center. Absolutely.
You know, the competitive ball clubs are going to do that, and they've obviously competitive or they wouldn't be here. So, you know, nobody wants to go home, play their last game. So, you know, you've got to try to fight and find a way to get that ball back.
I want to give a shout out to Maynard Taz, looking in our chat room and see that's a new name popping up here late with 50 seconds left in this contest, and right now I think we could start talking about next week.
Yes, I was going to say they use their last time out. Are we second down? Second down and 21, but we're going to take a knee here. You're going to burn it off the clock. That you'll see 2 more plays, 2 more knee taps, and we're out of here.
Woodson up under center and taking that victory knee. And I'm listening to the crowd outside. They're talking about not snapping it so fast and not taking the knee so fast, as he is quick to go down and step back out. Hopefully the referees see it and make the whistle.
Well, you had to snap that one fast to get the clock going again. They got to reset the ball. I'm not so sure you don't take a delay game right here. 3 seconds left. Then take that last knee and get out of here.
Now we'll see what happens here as the Bulldogs still in the victory formation. We're under 15 to go.
That's
Woodson,
it. That's a ball game, boys.
That is the ball game. 10 seconds left, and the Bulldogs come away victorious, 28 to the Woodward Boomers 21. I believe last year we met Anadarko in the semis, and I believe we played at Langston University. And the rumors were throughout the week that if this did settle to Wagoner and Anadarko, that maybe again it would be Langston University. We don't know that for sure, but we will get that information to you as soon as possible. Friday Night Bulldogs will be there. We're trying to determine whether we'll be able to live stream the video or not. We're having a couple of situations with that. We'll definitely have the audio there. We're not sure about the video, so please be aware of that. But we will be there one way or the other. Kyle, sum up what you saw tonight.
I think you saw a great football game tonight. I think both teams played. Really well. I think mistakes, and again, I go back to the big fourth down stop and the field goal missed. That was a huge momentum swing for Wagoner. They drove it down, put it in the end zone, took the lead again, and I think that was the ball game. Like I said, that was the momentum swing that changed the game for them.
Well, Harlan, I think maybe the Boomers put it in by going for that field goal. They're really putting it in the hands of their defense instead of their offense. Unfortunately, if you're a Boomer fan, you didn't get the field goal. Then you leave 5+ minutes on the clock for Evett and company on the Wagoner Bulldog offense to score.
Later, we're talking about Anadarko next week.
Kyle, step in here a little bit closer as Joy Anderson getting a shot of all three of us. A lot of Bulldog fans remember Kyle Ford. What is back there? We've given up that year, 89, and they maybe haven't seen Kyle for a while, but appreciate him coming in. And exciting game, really. Looked like the Bulldogs were going to blow it wide open very early on. Remember the 62-yard touchdown run by Evett, but the Boomer offense kicked in.
Yes, they did. I'd say it was a great game. I'd say if you're a football fan, it was a great game to come watch tonight. It was a back and forth. Fortunately for Wagoner fans, we always took the lead, and they were always playing from behind. But they tied it up every time until the last. So it was a great game to watch tonight.
And Harlan, when we look over at the opposite sidelines, the Boomers together, arm in arm. Seems like the band is playing the school song, and you like to see that whether win or lose, they're going to gather together in camaraderie, and it's a great season. Even though they came up short, Boomers still had a great season.
Still a great season. Second round of the playoffs. That's a good accomplishment. And talked about it earlier. That's a long drive from Woodward to Wagoner, and they had a great crowd here, a loud crowd that was here, and they were definitely into the game. And I think that they kept Woodward into the game many times throughout this, throughout the events of the evening. And so kudos to them on a great season. Of course, they came up with a big-time win last week that's kind of surprised everybody, 49-7. Just couldn't get it done coming to the Bulldogs' house this week, and but a great season for them.
Time to go put on the wrestling shoes and the basketball shoes for them, though. And we're going to play football in Wagoner for one more week at least.
We're going to play one more week, and next week, a difference maybe between a Friday and Saturday game. We're not sure about that either, being Thanksgiving weekend, but we will let you know. If you're a fan of our Facebook page, we'll let you know as soon as we can, and we'll let you know where not the vendetta, but the venue is going to be played. And again, we believe that it's going to be at Langston University. So, Kyle, one last word for our Friday Night Bulldog fans as we sign off here.
Just thanks again for having me, and say it's nice to be back in town. And have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
For my final word for the evening, good win by the Bulldogs. They battled it out. They haven't been in that situation a whole lot this season where they've had to battle it out, really. There's only been one or two times where that's happened, and they did a great job tonight. Jeremy, I've said it, I think every week now at the kind of in my post game, I don't know that I've seen 4 quarters yet. And so, again, for other teams in 4A, that's a dangerous statement that the Bulldogs going into the round 3 of the playoffs, I really don't think they put a whole 4 quarters together. And when they do, it's going to be big time.
Last couple of shout-outs, Wagoner High School Mass Communications class and their teacher, Joy Anderson, behind the camera and setting up all of this for us that we can have Friday Night Bulldogs. We appreciate what they've done tonight, and we appreciate our fans that have logged on tonight to support Friday Night Bulldogs. And we're going to see you next week. And, again, we'll get that information to you as soon as possible. For Kyle Ford and Harlan Johnson, this is Jeremy Holmes saying good night and God bless America.